Hi, a couple of years ago, I took my electronics hobby to the next level by learning to design my own custom PCB boards. Um, since I've learned it, I've have over 12 successful designs, and I'm getting ready to start a new design. So I thought I'd document it and uh, use a couple videos to show my thought processes as we go. It's probably going to be just 3 videos. I'm going to call this one brainstorming and prototyping, and then the second one will be actually designing the PCB. And then probably after the boards get back and I put one together, I'll have a review and thoughts, results and thoughts videos, so that we can see if I accomplish my design goals and everything. So one of the reasons that I design my boards is that I do learn to solder classes for groups of teens and adults at the local libraries in my area. It's been very successful, and I think probably got over 200 people have created boards or soldered boards, learned to solder boards in my classes. Before I started making my own boards, one of the mainstays was this Christmas tree shaped board that you can get off of AliExpress and other places. It's just transistors and everything making blinking LEDs. It like 25 components or whatever, and most people were successful in a 2-hour session of getting it working. I had a store of them that I've been using up. I like to use my own boards. I'm a little proud of them, so I use my own boards on a lot of the things I do. But I had 20 or so of these left over, so this past Christmas I decided to use them up. So I've been thinking about a replacement Christmas tree type board, and just batting around ideas of what I might be able to do with it. I really like Arduino and NeoPixels, and at Christmas time, when I used to teach Arduino, the buzzer music used to be a fun thing to do, and I just never considered NeoPixels for a learn to solder class, and they still may not be suitable. But I did come across these NeoPixels from Adafruit, and they're what they call reverse mount. You actually create a square hole in your PCB, and you lay them in from the back side, and you solder the tabs. These things, the white part is only about 3 millimeters by 3 millimeters, so they're kind of small. So I don't know how well they're going to work out for beginners, but I figured if not, I'll get some boards made and I can solder them up myself and have them for gifts for people. Anyhow, Adafruit sells them. They're like 30 cents a piece, so it's going to be quite expensive to get them this way. But I found them. Some searching has found them on AliExpress for about 7 cents a piece. So if this is successful, I'm hoping that I can get the ones off of AliExpress for a lot cheaper. And one of the goals of this board is to keep the bill of materials BOM cost under $10, and I'm hoping for like $7 on it. Of course, you know, the first prototypes are going to be more, but you know, it's, if I can get 30 boards and get them, you know, for $200 or whatever, then that'll be a what I call success in that. after getting if the board works at all. So that's the first thing. I usually do this totally as a volunteer doing these sessions. I supply all the materials and the equipment and everything. One thing about the past boards I've made is most of them work off or made, and Christmas trees that I just showed you work off of a 9-volt battery, and I supply batteries as well. And cost of 9-volt batteries can be quite expensive on their own. So I'm thinking of a project with the ATtiny85, some NeoPixels, and a little buzzer for some buzzer music. Like I said, the good thing about the NeoPixels, you only need 1 pin, and the buzzer only needs 1 pin. So the little ATtiny85 would be a great choice. Along the way, a couple years ago, I also went to this website called Technobloggy. This guy, he can do amazing things with the ATtiny85, and he has a beginner kit and has a list of instructions on how to get started and everything. And you know, that's what learned everything I need to know from this one website. He uses this little plug-in programmer where you can put the ATtiny85 right on it and test it, and you got pins so you can actually test it right in place. I highly recommend anybody thinking about ATtiny85 projects to check this guy out. Anyhow, one of the things that he did is that one of the problems with the tone library is it's kind of a big library. It has a big memory footprint, just the way it's designed. I mean, it's fine for you know, for the Uno with all its memory and everything, but when you drop down to the ATtiny85, you actually only got 500 bytes of RAM and 8K of memory. So you gotta be a little careful what you do with it. So one of the things is, like I said, this guy that has this Technobloggy, he has these nice little things that work great on ATtiny85s. And he came up with like a 100 byte replacement for the tone library to play just musical notes for that. And, you know, you can't play all the tones, but he has the notes, and you can play, you know, 7 to 10 octaves of notes with this library, and it's really compact. Another thing with you have to consider when you're doing that is that you're with the limited RAM, that your notes, if you play tones, you're probably gonna have to put them in program memory so that it's ends up in the SRAM instead of you know, in your program memory rather than in your limited RAM. So first thing I did, I said, well, we got this going, so I went ahead and copied his code and got the tone working with just some scales and everything, and that worked out fine. And then I also knew that one of the guys that developed the core for the Arduino core for the ATtiny85 had a library for the NeoPixels, which is a tiny library. So that's also needed to get it into that. So we got that available to us as well. But going back to this, I decided to port over with the buzzer music. I had an Arduino project that had 5 Christmas songs, Jingle Bells, and quite a few other ones. And I wanted to port it over to doing it with his project, as well as put the notes into program memory. So I actually did that, and as a way of giving back or whatever, I decided to post those in his in his notes project. Had to find it, sorry. And as I tell him in here, on the Arduino Uno, the project was 5,500 memory and used up 832 bytes of RAM, which you don't even have that on the ATtiny85. You got the 5,000 might have worked. This is just a song. This has nothing to do with NeoPixels yet. But by porting it over with his little module to do the function to do the tone, I was able to reduce it to less than 1,800 in memory and 69 bytes of RAM. Like you say, all of them are put into program memory. You got the note, and then you have the duration of the notes. And like I said, I got Jingle Bells, First Noel, Holy Night, We Three Kings, What Child Is This? And so I saved enough that I said, well, I know I can probably put the NeoPixels in that. So I ended up coming. Sorry about got a little frog in my throat talking. So anyhow, I decided, well, I got that all working. But I need to put together a little demo program to see if it actually was, whether there was any register conflicts with using the tone and the NeoPixel at the same time. So I just did a little sketch, and I'll show it working. So it's just a little buzzer, ATtiny85s in the little programmer there, and then a strip of NeoPixels. I think I got, I don't know, a dozen or something NeoPixels there. But it's just a demo to show that it is actually working. You're getting the tone and the lights at the same time. So that just kind of shows that it's able to work. And so then I went ahead and put the two together. And I guess I should show, I don't remember, there's no attribution on this. I just found this buzzer music on the internet, and it doesn't have any attribution. He gives some attribution, but he didn't really say. I don't know where this came from. So whoever did it, thanks for the code. But like I say, this one came up. This is a little, I think I added a little to it or whatever, but this one uses quite a bit of memory. And so, but we'll get out of that one. And this is what I came up with the buzzer music. And the buzzer music and the NeoPixels. And we ended up with 3,346 bytes total and only 138 bytes of dynamic memory. Yeah, remember that that your NeoPixels use 3 bytes per pixel for memory. So I think I'm using 15. Let's see, yeah, 15 LEDs on this one. So that's 15 times 3 is where we're getting 75 of our bytes that we're using up. So anyhow, I also have a demo of that working on a video. So again, it's the same setup I had before, but we'll show it working. So I just have it, every note, it does a random color wheel color of the 15 pixels. So the color wheel gives you nice colors on that, so that was good. So that was just a short video to show it working. I actually made these videos with my iPhone because the webcam just blurs out any of the NeoPixel colors. So had to make videos, so I can't do any live demos of it. So anyhow, so now I have my prototype the code. I prototyped the music. I know I can fit on an ATtiny85. So pretty much good to go on that. So we'll get into the actual design process on the next video. So that's all we have for now. Thanks for watching, and hope you continue to follow on the next one. Bye.